Much, Sumi, and yep, we're already into the game, and as per usual, we have ourselves the pause to start. And of course, the disconnects will come out fast and furious. Ali, I'm curious. You know, we talked a lot about the Sand how good we thought it was. Snapfire, it's like kind of a lost hero. They're starting to pick it up now again as well. I remember when I was watching the Eastern European qualifiers, people were talking about as a replacement for the Hoodwink. How do you think Ocean's game looks this one?
It's for similar reasons as why it would have been a really good Invoker game if there's no Sand. I think it actually makes it sort of a good Snapfire game. You can sort of play at range, nothing will really catch you, and you just get off a really good Mortimer's Kiss. Even with the Sand though, I don't think Sand really wants to blink in and stop support Snapfire for ulting. So I think she should find a pretty good time. A lot of the reasons why this hero fell off is because Little Shredder got nerfed. But honestly, even when it was really strong, I felt like going for the first two spells was really strong. And especially against Wyvern, you want to have a lot of magical damage. I think overall Ocean should have a pretty good time this game.
Okay, it'll be something to watch for sure. And there's a lot of things in this that we've sort of seen be strong combos come online well. Like particularly the Axe combo together with the Invoker has been really clutch. There's been a couple of times I remember watching, again in the Eastern European qualifiers, where there was like a Naga song into an Axe call, and then like the Axe immediately gets hexed as the song ends. He's trying to hit a call off. So hopefully don't see anything like that. But the other one is Spectre. This hero is like farms crazy slow, it feels like, if you don't get out of the laning stage and like end up struggling at all there. Do you feel like that's going to be a problem at all for Tomato here? Does he have an okay lane?
His lane... No, his lane should be completely fine. Spectre historically has always been an Axe lane counter, just because Axe actually doesn't have... Like, what beats Spectre in lane is if you can sort of shove it into her or get the lane equilibrium and then out-CS her, because Spectre, like, she doesn't have high kill threat and she has relatively low damage. What Spectre benefits from is she has really high regen and armor. And she's good versus Axe for that reason, because he won't contest her CS as much, and then, you know, Haunt counters his Blink Dagger, Desolate's good versus really high armor, and traditionally it was like, if you blink Blade Mail Spectre, she doesn't care at all. Now, even if you blink Manta Spectre, like, she takes a lot less damage, because she has one of the only skills that reduces pure damage in Dispersion.
That's fair.
Wait, Spectre's already gone for Desolate. This is very new technology, because you usually get Dispersion and Dagger, like, until level 8 or even like level 11.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is new tech or misclick by Tomato, but regardless, it's kind of interesting, you know, 18 bonus pure damage right out of the start if nobody's nearby. Oh, dude, Ocean's not expecting the Dispersion or the freaking Desolate.
Yeah, fight him, you're Desolate. But honestly, I think Tomato will just TP here. He doesn't know if there are more heroes here or not. He doesn't want to get zoned out. Oh no, he's going. He's gonna fight him. He can't hit him because of the move speed advantage and the slow, but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know why you would want Desolate in this lane, to be honest.
Well, we'll see if anything pops out immediately, or if, you know, maybe he tries to make some plays with it around the Haunt, gets more points in Desolate than you would anticipate. He could play a more aggro style, possibly. Who knows? But regardless, at least at the early going, you can see Dubu trying to push Brax back a little bit here, along with Tomato. And
ooh, Desolate hit.
Yeah, nice. Dude, easy.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad spell, right? Like, it's just your other spells are usually so good.
Right.
But anyways, I'm curious to see how that leads, because in my head, like, I would always take Dispersion or Dagger level 1 versus Axe.
All right. Back towards the mid lane, there's been a couple of games where I've seen Vipers just absolutely handle Invokers, particularly Quaswex Invokers. And you can see already 1-1, 2-1 now for Gunner, playing against the 6-2 of the Viper. Kind of a tough one, and Bryle definitely taking care of business on this hero.
Yeah, I think this matchup is very hard for Invoker at early levels, but I think Gunner's like... I mean, he's obviously not winning the lane. He's doubled up on CS, but I think he's winning the lane in the sense that he has the hill. Like, he's not going to get zoned out by Viper's level 3 timing, which is usually really worrisome for Invoker, just because the creep wave is fine for him.
Yeah, so like, maybe he's like doing better than you would anticipate, or some other Invokers would do. Okay.
Yeah, like, he's already brought the self. He's going to be at full HP. Brawl's going to self up, but Viper, like, he spends a lot of resources to harass mid. It has to, like, lead into denies or, like, zoning the other hero out from last hits. Otherwise, like, the hero doesn't... it's like not that good a hero. I mean, usually it can always do that. That's why it's such a good hero. But yeah.
Oh my God, look at that. First
That's a
level
nice
for
tornado.
Spectre all time. Desolate 96 out of like over 2,000. So
I like how there's a stats there. Who
Right.
leveled stats?
I don't know, somebody. It's like I don't need my spells.
But
I'm
yeah,
just
it's
dumb
very rare to level Desolate at level 1 compared to Dispersion or Dagger.
Wow. That's his little thing there. And it does look like a little bit of a chase down. I mean, we haven't really talked about this at all, but they did decide to send Sammy up to the top lane as the Burrow Strike comes through, connects onto Husky, and is going to fall. Moon drawing first blood. Nicely played.
And that's huge, because I think Sand King's a hero that we're really focused on this game. He's already sort of supposed to free farm versus Nagasar. Oh, and they're gonna...
Oh,
Wait, they got Tomato.
able to catch him. Yeah,
Top
that
lane though,
level
they're
2
also going
timing.
Sammy Boy.
Oh my God, everything's happening all at once. Sammy, gotta get away, trying to escape, and the Aphotic Shield keeps him alive along with that salve. All right, very action-packed, although there's only been 2 deaths.
Yeah, I didn't actually get to see what happened with Spectre there, but, you know, maybe he should have gotten a skill that let him be more survivable, and it really would have helped him there. I mean, there's a reason why, like, how you play versus Axe versus Spectre is, like, it's a very figured out matchup. Like, all the way to 2016, this matchup was played, and it's always sort of been played a similar way.
Right. Well, a little bit of struggle there, for sure, but they are going to get aggro onto Brax now. And this is a nice chunk of damage there. Is it enough for the
Desolate?
kill? Oh, no, the creep wave. It didn't proc. Oh, man. Unreal.
Maybe this Zessa is pretty good, actually, because if you think about it, if Tomato didn't die in that last engagement, like, maybe Brax has slightly less levels, or maybe he has more levels, and then there's a kill there. Honestly,
Sure.
like, I'm criticizing the Desolate choice, but we haven't seen enough to actually, like, think anything, right? I'm just going off my gut feeling. Like, it feels weird
Right.
historically. I don't know whether it's good or bad yet.
Well, that is a very interesting one indeed there, and gonna salve up Tomato afterwards. They are bringing Ocean back over there as there's a little bit of a battle for the bounty runes, and will Brow be able to get there in time? Or, nope, Husky sneaks that one away.
He's gonna die for this, though.
Yeah, he's gonna pay a price for sure. 10 goes up as he tries to walk away, and this will be a kill for Bryle. So 2-1, and they give him the tip afterwards. Dude, he got a bounty rune. You can't tip him for that. It's worth.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah, I mean, I think the kill's probably worth more, but one thing he did do is he drew Viper away from middle lane, and he made him spend a lot of mana to kill him. I think Gunnar sort of appreciated that, even if, like, Viper's also okay with it. It's one of those weird things where both teams are like, don't worry, I'm doing this, and the other team's like, don't worry, we're getting a kill or something. And, like, both teams are, like, just being happy about it.
The person that wins the game is the one that was actually right, though.
Of course, that's how Dota
results-based.
works.
Yeah.
Results-based thinking are always always the best way to approach life.
Well, nonetheless, 5 minutes into this one, and it's fairly stratified. You can see that Naga's actually had a pretty good time up here, despite losing that Abba one time. And down bottom, a nice chunk of damage. Tomato in trouble. Going to fall. Brax takes him down. So again, having a nice time on this axe here.
And this is huge, because in the panel, what I thought was like, whoever gets a better game between the offlaners is really going to take over the game, because both safe lanes are not inspiring, right? Like Wyvern Spectre, it's like, eh, and then like Abaddon, Nagasan, same reaction.
Right.
Now Brax, he has his Vanguard. If you have Vanguard when Spectre's only level 3, I think this lane counter doesn't matter. Oh, he doesn't keep his wagon though. I'm very surprised by that. But they go on bottom.
Gunnar makes that rotation. They get the Cold Embrace. Tomato completely out of mana, though. Ocean is starting to drop down kind of low. Tornado afterwards. Brax backs out. And with Ocean retreating as well, can the rest of them escape? It looks like it. So they force a rotation. Bryle came down bottom. And that should be the end of it, it looks like.
A really good heal from Dubu there, but still, I mean, that engagement felt a bit weird. Like, to go for a Spectre kill there, even though Spectre is just level 4, now he has a point in Dispersion. He's a pretty tanky hero under the tower. I really would have liked to see 4Zoomers sort of just tank 2 hits on the tower with the Vanguard on Axe and keep their wagon alive. Then they could have played that engagement for, like, the long con, you know? Where they it's just hitting the tower and Radiant feels really bad. I think they sort of got forced by the fact that Gunnar had already rotated, and they tried to do a bit too much on that rotation.
Okay, fair enough.
They don't lose any heroes, but Radiant feels really good about that one.
And in the meantime, while that was happening, you also saw that Moon was able to soak up some of that XP there in the mid lane. So on this Hoodwink, trying to get into levels, almost level 4 here at just about the 8-minute mark. And in the meantime, Sammy, he's jungling. This is what you anticipate from the Naga Siren, from the Terrorblades, all those pesky illusion heroes. He's going to head off and just try and get into those items and levels. We'll probably be farming faster than the Spectre for the foreseeable future, at least until you get some items. Ooh, they got chip vests, though. That's great.
That is a nice Spectre item.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
Nagasaki's going to go to the jungle, and when that happens, I think generally it's really important to dive the support top. We see Undying, they're looking for Husky, but he managed to... That's a cool spot. I'm going to use that spot.
That was awesome.
Apparently you don't get vision there, and... No, he's out. They don't. He's gonna keep sapping XP, being annoying, and just trying to hold on to this tower as long as possible.
And in the meantime, on the other side, as you can see, Ocean, Brax, they're pressuring this hero. Now, they don't have the catapult, which is certainly annoying, but they do have this ward over in the area, which is scouting Tomato's movement, and could go for a play on him now. Jump forward, Cookie's there. They've got the call afterwards. They need a spin or two. Can they get it in time? Oh, they will get the spin, but not before the bushwhack comes in. And now, with Brile in the area, both TP out. Any way away? No, they're gone.
That was so cool from 4Zoomers. You saw Brax, he was dancing the wave around, not cutting and killing it, because he knew Spectre would defend the tower, and he wants the enemy creep wave alive so that he can like spin on him when he calls him. And because of that, they force out the Viper TP and the Hoodwink Bushwhack, so they rotate 4 heroes on Undying, and they get absolutely nothing from that. Like, Viper's a slow hero. He's TP to bottom and walked to mid 2 times. That's a really long time to walk when your hero's like 285 base MS.
Right.
Or even slower than that, I think.
He's not like rotating and finding those kills necessarily either, which is, you know, maybe what you would have wanted is Gunner. Oh, they got him. That's really rough, though. Brile and Moon able to make that rotation, but trying to keep him alive is Husky. With the Aphotic Shield, they drop down another sentry. Can they keep him alive? Aphotic Shield, Miscoil back up in a second, and barely. Gunner is able to escape. Wow, that was a huge save by Husky.
Really clutch. 4Zoomers are just making these clutch plays around the map to eke out disadvantages. With that being said, though, look at Saberlight's farm. This guy is beasting it up this game. He has the Vanguard. He didn't go for some Tranquil Boots, you know, Blink Dagger, Small Sun plays. He's going for the full, like, Vanguard, Chad build. You got Vanguard, you got Blink Dagger, and you're beasting it in fights. You just tank everything and do a lot of damage.
Right.
Tomato bottom, though.
Ocean.
Whoa.
Whoa, big play. Ocean almost able to catch him. That would have been crazy. But yeah, I mean, this is, of course, the problem with Spectre is doesn't feel necessarily great being shoved out of lane like this. Though he does have level 6. We could maybe see a haunt play to go and try and farm out somewhere, or maybe just TPs to a lane. We'll see what he decides to do there. But level 6 is coming up soon as the tomes are going to be transferred out to everybody. Looking at it right there, Tomato actually 3 levels behind the Naga Siren, but Brile's found him. Song of the Siren comes out, trying to walk away so he can TP back home, and will not die to that ulti. So does manage to get back out of there.
So there's this concept in Dota about tower taking where it doesn't matter if you take an enemy tower if they're able to just take yours, right? Because you're just even. I mean, I don't know. I say a concept, it sounds so pretentious. Like, if you take a tower and they take your tower, it's the same.
Right.
But the concept is that you want to, instead of like taking enemy towers, it's more important to defend your own towers when you have advantage. So we can do that. Saberlight with his Vanguard has rotated to bottom lane very early in this game. He's just, the entire purpose of this is just to hold this tower.
Yeah.
And then they're going to feel a map advantage because a creep wave, like, it can sort of go further for them. You know, if you split the map by where the creep waves can go, they have a clear advantage on the map control.
Well, Owie, I don't think it's pretentious at all. I like your concepts, okay? They're beautiful. Don't let
I mean,
anybody tell
it's
you
a
any
concept, but it's like, oh, you know, -1 tower is equal to -1 tower. It sounds so, like, when I said it, just, it's way too much. Like,
all right, it's fair enough. It's fair. Oh, man. Well, nonetheless, the concept that we're seeing right now is that level 6 is on Snapfire. Hasn't been able to make any use of it yet on Ocean, though he did chase the Spectre out of there, and we're getting pretty close to the blink on Axe. You talked about the Sand King after having gone back for, you know, the boots and the infused raindrops. He's now also going to go into that blink dagger, so it's going to be one of those timings when the battles might start breaking out pretty soon here. Smoke up, on the side of Undying. Will they find anybody? Sammy doesn't have Song. This is a minute away and eyes on him. Can they get the catch for the kill? Haunting. Oh, Power Rangers TP'd in to try and save. And it looks like Sammy will be fine.
Dire's middle
All
tower
right.
is under attack.
Honestly, Husky has really been on point this game, right? I think he saved his scores multiple times this game. It's only been 12 minutes. And got their...
Oh, wait, do they find Tomato on this? Tomato in trouble. Mortimer's Kisses comes down and they find the return kill. So Tomato haunts in for that. And then not only does he not get the kill, he dies himself.
And honestly, an uncharacteristic mistake from Tomato. I think in a lot of the other series, like I'm thinking his Axe game, he was like a very zero-death player this tournament. But he makes a crucial error there where, you know, worst case in that last play, they force all of 4Zoomers to topside. They force TPs. They can sort of take control of the rest of the map. But if you force enemy heroes to an area of the map, and then you die to them, then you just gave them purpose. You know, it's not forcing them there. It's just sort of giving them a kill.
Right.
They just rotated on you by making a defensive move, and you don't want that. And unfortunately, like, he dies there, and that's honestly a very big death. See, Nagasar, he's starting to like open up the net worth lead between himself and Spectre now.
Right. 900 gold roughly is where we're at, and Axe finishing off that Blink Dagger. It's coming out to him right now. I might see if he can dig up a salve here afterwards, but it's a smoke play trying to find Saberlight, but Saberlight, recognizing the inherent danger, is instead going to go mid and stop this pressure coming from Husky, who, like you said, he's been playing really well. I thought his Coddle performance in the previous games were really good as well. A couple of like clutch smoke breaks and that type of stuff.
For sure, for sure. Underrated hero, by the way. Keeper of the Light, I think.
Yeah?
Oh man, their smoke popped, like it ended, and I thought it popped on the Axe on his own team. I got super confused. Brow's stuck down here though. They know he TP'd, or they should know.
Oh, and they're gonna Sunstrike right on top of Dubu.
Oh, he was smoked, but they saw the TP then, right? So they saw the TP, but no hero there. So I don't know if they think he canceled it or if they know he's smoked. They know he's there now though.
Yeah, Tornado hits, but Ocean hitting from the side, looking to get this and not get it denied. But it looks like it's gonna go down most likely. Blink forward, finds the kill onto Ocean. Wasn't able to TP out of there. The tower does still stand, but it's only at 34 HP. And this whole time, they're farming on Naga.
They are, and these have these huge stacks for Axe. Brax is gigantic. I mean, he's actually, if I looked at net worth, I thought he was more giant than this, but he has Vanguard Axe, and he just farmed like a 4-stack, so he's feeling very good right now.
Oh, be careful there.
Sorry, I drank some water. I think I'm just a disgusting human being.
Listen,
so.
Staying hydrated is happiness. That's the most important thing.
That's true. Everyone should drink some water.
Everybody out there, drink some water. Do it to yourselves. Treat yourself. And I'm going to try and find a way to transition into the fact that Tomato just got tornadoed, and now Gunner gets pro-striked as well. Got the EMP coming out. Now, sharpshooter afterwards. Husky trying to get saved. Oh, Brax, he came in and saved him. He jumped in front of the sharpshooter, saving a life, and Husky's like, thanks, man. I saved him previously. You're saving him now. Naga gets hit by the curse. There's not nearly enough damage there. Dude, Zoomers, they ate their Wheaties this morning. They're looking so good.
Oh, man, they're playing just fantastically on the counterplays here. That was a get down, Mr. President move. They force out the Winter's Curse, and this turnaround, it's not just killing a Sand King there, because normally you're like, oh, you know, we killed the offlaner, that's nice. I wish we killed the carry. Sand King was the highest net worth hero on his team by far during that fight. When you kill the highest net worth hero on the enemy team, of course you get more gold and stuff, but it's like a huge tempo swing because you're removing so much power from the map of your opponent. Oh, mid lane again, same play?
Literally the same thing that we saw before. This time, they won't be able to even get the control because Husky was there. Very impressive stuff. 3 to 5, and
Simon Boy has Manta.
All right, there's an opportunity there. I mean, how big? Oh my God, they go on him again. Husky's there again. Tries to keep him alive. This time might not be enough as they bring 3 heroes again and finally take down Gunner and might be able to pressure out this tower. Can the rest of Zoomers stop this?
I think they should try to defend this on Zoomers. I think they want to at least, but it's looking a bit hard here. They're rotating in the Axe. Oh, okay, the TP Naga.
Also, right in on top of it. So they TP him in, and the rest of Zoomers will be able to keep that tower alive. So no tier 1 towers taken mid as of yet for either team.
And you can really appreciate sort of the tenacity from Team Undying there, you know? They know that this is the best play for them. They messed up the execution in the last fight. Maybe they needed to wait a little bit longer for Moon Meadow so he can start channeling the ulti before bushwhacking or something. But they go right back at it because while the first defense was really good, they did expend some resources, you know, the Mortimer's Kisses and etc. to defend that tower and take the fight last time. So I like that play. Another smoke from 4Zoomers that doesn't seem to be connecting. Tomato, he had a couple deaths in lane, but he seems to be dodging the smoke ganks really well this game.
Yeah, and he's keeping up definitely in farm with that Naga Siren. Obviously a little bit behind, but it's not the end of the world, and just gets the quick silver amulet too. See if he decides to take that one, or maybe Dragon Slail. There's a couple of others that are open. But it's interesting, right? Because normally we see these offlaners that are the ones that are sitting in front of towers, like the Sand King that we just saw a second ago, keeping them alive. In this game, it's felt like Zoomers have put Gunner on that role, and then it's up to Husky to keep them alive afterwards.
I mean, a little bit because... So the idea is that you want to put a hero that forms a wall there, right? Like your opponent wants to attack this area, you put your hero that they can't kill. If you think about Abaddon, he sort of makes any hero into that type of wall hero because he has the Purge. Oh, top lane?
Yeah, they catch Ocean, and Brax realizing is going to TP out. Ocean can't quite get the finish TP. Yeah, they bring 4 up there, and in the meantime, immediately afterwards, they're going to try and pressure this tower. So you're saying the wall is what Abba provides. He becomes your,
Abaddon,
like,
he makes wall. No, he makes someone else into the wall, right?
Right.
Like he could also stand there and spam it, but you don't really use the farm well. So you can allow another hero to farm this really dangerous area, and it worked really well the first time. I mean, you can't overdo it because you're only providing like a shield and a heal. It's not this. It doesn't make Invoker into some centaur with hood, but it is quite nice. I would like to see Sammy Boy. He did rotate over and farm the Ancients, but I'd like to see him take over the bottom side of the map. Another smoke from Undying here though. Do they? They have vision on Axe.
Able to catch him. They do have Song, and gonna move on into that area, save his life, and Brax just gonna saunter away, happy as a clam, get the blink out. So gank will not succeed, and giving a little tip afterwards, Saberlight there by Sammy.
Okay. And good save by Sammy Boy there. As I was saying, I would like to see Sammy Boy, as he did, rotate over to the spot side, because I think it gives your team a lot. You can only really take the creeps when it gets to your tower. There's no real map pressure coming in there. You'll farm a similar amount. I mean, actually, you farm more bottom still. But you provide a lot more to your team in terms of like vision and map control.
Okay. Well, the game is kind of chilled out a little bit now, it feels like. We're just about that 20-minute mark, and Undying are 4 heroes mid lane. They just keep on wanting to have this pressure up there, and now they've decided to stick Gunner instead of into the mid, putting these Naga Siren Manta illusions in there instead. Is this the play that you kind of want to see from Undying, is just sort of hell-bent taking down this tower here?
I think Undying are fine with this. They're just trying to wait for the Spectre timing. Spectre's like 300 gold from Manta Style. They want to play off the time mid lane though.
Jump in, good call afterwards. Brax able to find him, and now the Mortimer's Kisses coming out, completely whiffs the sharpshooter. Saberlight dropping down low. The cold embrace is there, but it's not enough. Manta dodge afterwards. They turn that one to Gunner. Oh no, the Winter's Curse gonna take him down very low, but the bushwhack, it's still gonna be enough. Pops that ulti, turns now, tries to keep Sammy Boy alive. Is it gonna be enough though? Meanwhile, throwing out that cookie, trying to slow them down as much as possible. Another aphotic shield. Sammy the turn, Brax is there, able to catch onto 2. Do they have enough to get him out, and can they even turn on to more of this? Tomato is quite strong right now on this Spectre, but Brax still living the slowest disengage in the world. Sammy did kill Dubu with his illusions in the meantime, and now Song of the Siren for reinitiation. There's an opportunity here. Do they have enough to kill off Tomato? There's the net underneath the tower, lots of damage. Manta afterwards, jump forward, call, good connection, but he's broken. He couldn't get the spins off because of it. Now the Burrow Strike for the turnaround. Brax saved again by Husky. This dude is almost completely out of mana now. That Abba has been everything this game.
Oh man, and a really good timing hit from Undying there. I mean, even though they didn't quite have the Manta Style, they recognized that Naga's sleep was down, and they had this window where they could use Haunt to just take the fight. I also want to say, like, Abaddon, in that fight, he's so happy he went for the mana boots over the tranquil boots, because how many shields did he get off? It had to be like 10 shields, like legitimately 10 shields a full minute of just clicking W and Q on his allies. He just saved so many lives there. I thought Sammy Boy is dead for sure, and that would have been a disaster for Zoomers. Instead, they sort of get to turn it around. Now they have no haunt, and you have a little bit of a window where I think you're actually stronger on the map than your opponent.
And, you know, I think that we talked about, like, what's this answer for Bryle on this Viper? How do you deal with them? And I think we're starting to see it a little bit with this Abba. Like, how many poison attacks did Bryle get off in that fight? And then they're not stacking up, right? Because you just keep on getting these constant aphotic shields. It's been fabulous.
That's a really good point. And Bryle actually, he ran out of mana during that fight. I mean, we're talking about the shields, but you're right. Bryle he must have hit, like, 40 times that fight because he was just out of mana completely, even with bottle charges and wand. And Bryle, I really like his item build this game. He's gone for a very stable Boots of Travel Dragonlance BKB. Yeah. It makes Viper actually feel like a normal hero when you can move around not at 300 MS. So Boots of Travel is always nice on here. Oh, he flubs his TP on top lane. They're trying to set up with the glyph there, maybe.
Ocean getting chased here. Saberlight thought about dropping that epicenter, but decides not to. And is this going to come back to bite him at all? No, there's other heroes coming in. So 4 heroes rotating top, and Gunnar, he's just going to TP out. So.
Good measurement from Team 4Zoomers there, because if they had chased just a little bit further, Moon was already on the case. He was TPing up, his level 3 in Scurry, and he was running up there. Honestly, it looked far, but like another 2 seconds of moving forward and they would have caught a hero.
You know, I remember this interview that we just had with Gunnar, and we were asking, is there anything special that we're going to be seeing? Is there anything unique that's going to be going on? And one of the points that he brought up really comes back to me now, which was, you know, this is what our goal was. Our goal was to get to grand finals, and this looks like a different 4Zoomers team. Not to say that they're like sandbagging or anything like that, but I will say that they look a lot crisper. They've been getting better throughout the course of the qualifiers, and this is the best that I think they've looked so far. And they're up 3,000 gold against Undying. This is going to be a series.
For sure. And I think we've seen that historically, right? Oh, 1 second. They're going to Husky here.
He looks like he's out of there. I'll be fine.
All right. He finishes his Aether Lens and his Tranquil Boots. This is a very rich Abaddon. Typically a hard position 6 hero where you don't get any farm. But he's actually the same net worth, effectively the same net worth as Moon Meander.
Right. That's crazy. It's great.
Sorry, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, historically, we saw at the Animajor that the teams who got to go into like the group stage and wildcards, they actually performed very well in the tournament, specifically Nigma and LGD, because you garner so much experience. I think 4Zoomers, they sort of had an effect like that. They lost to the great team Arkosh, who was like just outplaying them the entire series. They learned a lot from that team, especially the 5-position player. Okay. And then now they're taking that experience into the series, and yeah, I agree, they're looking really crisp here.
Well, they've definitely come up with some good answers, at least to a couple of the heroes. But Undying, they're nothing to slouch at either. This combination of like the Saberlight Burrow Strike into the Sharpshooter has proven to be really deadly, barring some like crazy outplays coming from the Zoomers afterwards. But for now, at least, the map, it's sort of split down the middle a little bit here, trading off the farm. And immediately, they go Sunstrike, see, hey, they're taking Roche. They're going to give it to him for free. It feels like that's really... I don't know.
No, they're contesting this. They know the Roshan is not that fast, and they have Nagasar. There's no way you give up a Roshan for free here.
They're moving over this direction. Can they get there quickly enough? Well, smoke breaks first for Ocean. Oh, Saberlight looking for a big catch. The tornado is going to go out. There's the catch for the call, but they get the Aegis. Is this a good enough initiation after the fact, though? Broken, trying to get the kill onto one. Husky's ulti's already popped. Everybody's dropping down so low, and they do kill Ocean. Sammy, in the meantime, though, turns now on to the Spectre. Tomato, can they bring him down? Ocean coming back in for round 2. Did have to buy back for this one. They've already killed that tier 1 tower in the mid lane. As Sammy thinks about going on to Bryle, but it's a little bit too scary. Saberlight still has Epi ready to go as... God, look at those Naga illusions just tear up Tomato. It wasn't enough for the kill, but he does have a lot of damage. Somehow they gained 5,000 gold throughout the course of that on Zoomers, even though they bought back on a hero.
I can't believe... Well, I mean, first of all, like, it goes okay for them, but I can't believe they gave up the Aegis. They had the Shrine. Did they... I didn't click all the heroes, but did they not have TPs? Like, they scouted it out so early with the first Sunstrike. And then they did the second Sunstrike when Roshan was like at 50%, and then it took them long enough that they were just able to burst it on Team Undying. I think one of the underrated... I mean, Echo Saber is meta on Spectre now, but it really makes your Roshan fast, because every 5 seconds you basically get a double hit.
Plus the Manta for the
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
Desolate, so it's
Oh,
what, like
good ward here,
180.
though.
Jumps in. Burrow strike is there. Sammy.
They have no haunt, but I don't think you want to fight this on 4Zoomers.
Sammy trying to TP out of there. Song will end and they will escape, so no chance for a catch. But again, the thing that's really interesting about this is they're still gaining a gold advantage on the Zoomers. I feel like Sammy is just farming so efficiently now.
I mean, bot tower did die, so that explains a little bit, but I'm surprised that, I mean, you have an Aegis, and the gold lead has gone from 5 to 7k. I mean, we shouldn't be so surprised this game, because this Aegis isn't like a, oh, we are stronger than you, we're going to get an Aegis and then control the map and fight you. This was like a, oh god, please let us have this Aegis, or like, I'm scared on the map thing, you know? So,
yeah, for sure.
With that being said, it's not like the heroes on 4Zoomers lineup are overly compelling. Like, if you have Phoenix Tidehunter Spectre or Phoenix Tidehunter Medusa lineup and you're up this much gold, then it feels like they can never take a team fight with you. Naga Siren, she's sort of like fake net worth like Alchemist, just because how she man fights is not the same as other characters. That's not to say she's not strong as a hero or like strong in the man fight. It's just different, you know? Like a 20k Naga Siren is not the same as a 20k Spectre.
For sure, definitely. And I think that one of the things that's going to be really interesting to watch is like how you can try and isolate those supports from Undying, because they're kind of maneuverable in weird and funky ways, right? You got this Wyvern that can fly over cliffs. You've got the Hoodwink that can scurry around. But it feels like if Naga Siren illusions ever end up getting on them, then all of a sudden, like, you kill those heroes, and then it kind of doesn't matter if, like, you know, you can't deal with the Spectre one-on-one because the Naga Siren is that much bigger, and she has their whole rest of her team that's still alive. So
for sure,
it'll be,
it's worth mentioning that the supports have the only real AoE spells on on that. I mean, of course you have Sand King, but he's going to use his spells to initiate. Like, sorry, only real AoE reset spells. And like Dubu, like, he's been playing well this game. He had a couple of really clutch curses, but his net worth has sort of reflected a bit of the style that Team Undying play. He's not going to have the itemization that normally you might have to deal with a Naga Siren. Like, literally, if one illusion runs at him, he has to Q, hit it, and run away. And, you know, Sammy Boy, he almost has Butterfly. You might miss that Q, and you might just die to an illusion.
Yeah, that would be quite bad.
It would be
in
super
my
embarrassing.
Professional opinion. Yes. Well, they're gonna commit here, send some illusions up to high ground. They do take on Undying, the tier 2 tower in the top lane, but already this pressure onto bottom tier 3. They take about, what is this, 1,000 damage off of it? They're slowly but steadily whittling away these Undying towers. And now with this Butterfly, like you mentioned, things are looking not too bad. I guess, oh, wait, Net connects, he had some vision. Hoodwink, gonna try and go now. Sammy, chasing, sending those illusions in, and Moon's gonna be able to walk out, but they do get that stun. Sammy, Aphotic Shield comes out, pops the Song of the Siren, but the BKB, Bryle tries to take him down. Is it gonna be enough damage? No, not quite. So Sammy manages to escape, but that's gonna be some map control regained by Undying.
For sure. They have to pop the Song so Naga Siren's a little bit more vulnerable, but it is a bit hard to push forward because Viper now also doesn't have the BKB.
Right.
We do have... I also want to mention that Brax, you know, he went for Vanguard Link Dagger, and then he realized he's playing... Like, he's making good plays. Oh, so 1 second. They're jumping Ocean here.
No, is it? Chance? Burrow? And Brax for the turnaround. Oh,
Moon's gonna catch him.
Okay, and then the TP out. Oh, no! Brax, he didn't BKB first. Sammy, in the meantime, kills Dubu. All right, things got really weird. So Brax is gonna die. Can he kill Saberlight though? Oh, a taunt, the turn. Wants to get the dunk. Can he get any spins? It's not gonna happen. Sammy shows up now, looking for some retribution. How dare you kill my axe? I'm coming for you. Tries to chase it, tries to turn it. Husky still living, taking a lot of damage. Gunner shows up. This is a really weird fight here for the Zoomers. And Undying, if they get too far out of position as well, they could all just die. So Sammy will back out. Tomato trying to give a little bit of chase. But it looks like, at least for now, they're going to separate, head back to farming their sides of the map again. 10-10, super even game.
Just a small note about that fight. I think Saberlight was dead there if Brow doesn't get the Nether Toxin onto Axe. There was a lot of units hitting Axe, but his BKB ran out, and luckily, like, that break from Nether Toxin ends up saving Saberlight. That would have been one of the biggest, like, big play turns I've seen. You know, you get like 3v1 ganked on the side lane, your support TP's out leaving you, stupid core, you don't deserve my help, and then like you still get a turnaround kill. But anyways, I don't know who won that fight. I think it was Undying slightly, but you know, no one's feeling too bad about that fight. Oh, they jumped Gutter though.
Yeah, they got him. Did just get the Aghanims completed. Gonna have to try and run out of there. Doesn't have a TP. And they will be able to disengage. Now, this is going to be one of the big ones to watch for. We talked about this combo in the draft. It was 2 of their first picks. Invoker, Axe, Cataclysm, raining down Hellfire. It's going to be something to watch for. Do Undying have what they need to deal with that right now in this game?
Well, their supports are really poor. So Moonmeander, he's starting on his Aeon Disc, but Winter Wyvern does not have a Force Staff. So I think it might be a scary timing for them. I will say, okay, I want to talk about this though. Brax, he went for Blink, Vanguard, BKB, and I really like this because I've seen so many offlane acts just go straight for that Manta. And maybe he would have preferred to have that Manta in the last engage, but you know, he has Naga Siren, Invoker, dual cores. These heroes actually do a high amount of damage if you provide lockdown for them. And now, like, you look at the items, and Sammy Boy, I think he has a BKB coming. Yeah, he has a BKB, Invoker has a BKB, Axe has a BKB, and you feel like a real team. Like, he would only have Manta right now, and they'd be like, oh, wait for my BKB, wait for my position 3 to farm. It just feels so bad. I really like his decision-making here.
Well, as you mentioned, this is a huge timing, and they really don't have much that goes through that with the exception of some Tomato shenanigans. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on this here as Moon reveals himself. Gunnar looking, Tornado, lift up. Sammy right on top. There's the Aeon Disc already proc. Bryle there as well. Burrow Strike finds Gunnar. Looking for that chase down, looking for that kill. Vax, can he get in range? Not quite going to get there in time. BKB keeping him alive, but Gunnar, can he escape? There's the turn, looking for the call, able to connect. Bryle finds the kill. One goes down. Saberlight, though, also going into the meat grinder. All of these heroes are starting to get torn apart. But is it going to be enough? Sammy rooted, Force Staff, trying to keep him away. Has to buff Song. Oh, but they break it. Trying to get the Song of the Siren off, and they will be able to. So they'll disengage, trade of 2 for 1. In the end, it wasn't enough for the Zoomers, but Undying win that fight.
Yeah, really great from Moonmeander there. He just freshly finished that Aeon Disc. They thought they could go on him. You know, Invoker pokes his head, and they get a really good jump. Just, you know, Haunt with Sand King, it's always going to be terrifying. I don't know what happened in that fight, but Abaddon was just completely unable to get to his Invoker there, and as a result, like, 4Zoomers, they look so good, their formation looks so good. One bait by Moonmeander, and your backline tries to go in too early, and they take the fight on Undying. And this usually, I would say, is sort of like the beginning of the end for Naga Siren lineups. I think a lot of people, if you've played pubs with Naga Siren, she farms a lot, she pushes out all the waves, she makes the game super annoying. But eventually, her network sort of falls off. Again, we're saying, like, eventually Spectre is going to get 6 slots worth of items. He'll outcarry Naga Siren. But, you know, Sammy Boy, he's used his RNG luck. He's gotten the spider leg. So he's going to scale for an additional item. It's a huge deal on this hero.
Yeah, for sure. I think that that's going to be an interesting one to watch, is how these dynamics play out as we get to the later stages. We do have that next tier of items just 3 minutes away as well, as the neutrals will be spawning at that point. As Sand King going to reconnect. Looks like we'll be good to go and back underway in just a moment here. You know, I expected to see the Cataclysm. I guess there just wasn't a good opportunity for it in that last fight. It was a little bit awkward there.
I mean, he was getting gone on, right? So, like, yeah. He's casting Ice Wall, he's casting Ghost Walk, some Deafening Blasts. He's just trying to survive because, I mean, I don't know what the right choice was, honestly, even if he slowed it down himself. But I think it's impossible to criticize. Like, you just try to live with your BKB and stuff. Also, I think one thing about the last fight that's really important is that both of Undying supports actually lived through this fight. So if you click on Dubu now, he was having a really rough game, but that fight gave him enough gold to get all the way to the Force Staff. Now this Cataclysm is like, it's way diminished in impact. Like, you would have to jump the Winter Wyvern and the person you want to jump at the same time in order to hit the Cataclysm. And I mean, that's a big deal. You also have Haunt to sort of tank the Cataclysm Sunstrikes. And I mean, potentially Manta, but probably just like, if you Haunt on the Axe, the Cataclysm will do less damage, which is a big deal.
Right. Yeah, that's something to watch for. I mean, and now the other thing to sort of keep our eyes on, Long cooldowns for Undying. Not crazy long, but several of them that are fairly long, including Haunt. But Undying going to take Roche in this time period. This is huge. I was going to say that maybe Zoomers could have come and done this. Do they go in and check? Dude, Sammy's right by there. He's going to walk into it. They spot him here. Has to be careful. Song's still on cooldown, but the freaking Hurricane Pike gets him away from it. Unreal.
And it was just a clutch rune and timing on the Roshan respawn from Team Undying. Spectre gets an illusion. It's more damage than a double damage for Spectre, and that Roshan died really fast. I mean, fast spawn and a Roshan, and that's the second Roshan. That's so big for them.
That is tremendous for Team Undying, and Zoomers gotta be kicking themselves. I mean, he even went in to go check it, but it just was such a quick spawn.
Do you see how long that spawn was? Because I didn't actually see. It was instant.
It must have been. Oh no, and Sammy now caught. Do they have enough to kill him? Looking for the finish, trying to bring him down. He's down to such low AP. The Song of the Siren not gonna save him. Undying, looking good here in this game number 1. They have weathered the first storm. I mean, how much does that change things now?
No, I think Undying are going to win this game for sure now. Like, I think that their position, I mean, for sure, like, their position is very dominant. That was just a bad death from Sammy Boy. Because you know the enemy team Roshan, and then you just farm the camp closest to Roshan. So, and you're just all alone there. It's like, it's a little bit of like an inexperienced mistake, or I'm not too sure what it was. Maybe he's mad about the Roshan, they're yelling about stuff. But it's like, it demonstrates a lack of focus in this game, because that death can't happen. Not right after you lost an Aegis.
Well, down bottom, Gunner forced to pop that BKB and just go for the TP out. Rax is still hanging out here looking. And with Cataclysm, there could be enough, but no, they're just going to cut the waves. That's what he's looking for afterwards, or just TPing out.
Yeah, and we can see like one death on the Nagasar into Roshan, a 7k gold lead evaporates, and that 7k gold lead, I would have put like the odds at this game at pretty much even. I don't think Zoomers were ahead enough. Now when it's even, like, I think it's Undying's game to lose right now.
They are in a good position. That being said, we've seen crazier things, but this has always been that strength of Team Undying, is their ability to sort of stick through a game and not drop the ball. The question becomes now, like, you know, first of all, can Zoomers make a fabulous play? But second of all, are Undying going to be able to sort of stick with it and see it through?
Sorry, there's just so much happening in this game. I didn't even realize. Click on Saberlight. His build is lit. Like, Kai Assange, Eternal Shroud. That's a very Chad build. Just very tanky. I think he disassembled his Aeon Disc for the Eternal Shroud and... Sorry, he disassembled his Vanguard. I can't speak English. For Eternal Shroud and Aeon Disc, just making the most of its gold.
Right. Well, interesting things going on here. Husky is going to get found.
He is alone.
This is nearby the rest of his team, but they're not going to opt to try and save him at all. So,
wait, is he TP out?
TP out? Oh, what a god!
Tip him, tip him.
What a god!
No tips. Okay, 4Zoomers are mentally destroyed, because if I was position 5 and I'm at that play, like, I'd literally yell at my teammates to tip me, you know, because it's just so good. I mean, it made no difference because you're a useless, worthless support in the end, but it should feel good, you know. If they're not feeling good about that play, then I'm a bit worried.
True. There's a fair point there. You know, it's one of those things where you need to find something big where you can sort of regain that momentum within the game. Start feeling yourself slightly. We'll have to see. I think that they started to pick up a gem too, or at least Abba had it queued up. He still hasn't been able to finish buying it yet.
Yeah, they really need that. Like, there's a sick ward in their base, there's a ward in both sides of the jungle. Undying, they just have great vision right now. Even a ward to catch the Nagasar and split push in their own jungle. And I saw for a moment there, like, 4 Zoomers heroes were stuck in their base, and you're playing a Nagasar lineup against Spectre. Like, if that isn't an indication of the state of the game, then I don't know what is, because that's awful. Like, you don't want to be stuck in your base Nagasar for Spectre.
Well, they do get this next tier of items, and they have been able to make a little bit of a move out here onto the map. Still not feeling great, but Sammy is farming up the enemy's triangle. So that's something here. Undying, in the meantime, trying to make a move down bottom, see if they can take this tier 2 tower, and maybe looking for more.
Yeah, they do have the leveler on Spectre, and they're going to want to force 4Zoomers back to base here. Axe and Nagasar are on the map here, but they're going to have to TP back. Sammy Boy's doing a good job of cutting waves, but... you know, what can you do? You have to come back to base.
True enough. BKB done now. They're going to pop that glyph, but game is looking rather rough. They also have the Timeless Relic right now on the Snapfire, getting some vision up on the high ground. And Saberlight TPing back to find Brax. Oh, they spot him. He didn't BKB again. He didn't see that the Saberlight was right on top of him. Oh, and they're even going to hunt for him. Brax pops the call, going to get chased down and killed. Tomato right on top.
And you can see, like, one of the signs of these really good teams. Man, those Naga Illusions do nothing to Spectre.
Yeah.
Just Butterfly versus Illusion here is very strong conceptually, as you don't want to buy MKB on any of those heroes, but it's looking rough for him.
Husky gonna get chased down. Ulti is popped, has to back out of there, keeping that damage on. There's 4 staffs, there's freaking the psychic headbands, even pops now the Song of the Siren. Sammy just gonna run back inside the base, but they've used absolutely everything. They do have buyback on the Axe.
That was such a good play from Undying, though, to set up on the Axe there. They were feinting the high ground push bottom, so there's no way that Brax is going to think they're going for him. Right. But Undying, they're so fast. They're making this move, and they're already setting up for Gunner bottom here, you can see. This is what I think Undying's strength is, though. I think when the map gets split up, they're just as good. I think they're actually better than EG at this. And it's like a weird thing to say, because EG are like top 2 at the 2 majors in a row. But for catching heroes, when the map is split up, I think they do an extremely good job. They're just always on point. A lot of it has to do with like Moon Meander. You can think even back to his OG days, one of the best killers in Dota.
Absolutely. That Earthshaker, so quintessentially him. But Bryle, do they catch him? Oh, they knew right where he was.
And that was so close. Sammy Boy had the Abyssal Blade, he had the Spider Legs, but they just couldn't quite find him there. And, you know, that's the difference. Sometimes that's all it comes to in Dota. The 2 picks that they got on Axe this game, barely getting him as he TPs out because, you know, he's not expecting a stun to come out. Whereas Undying, they're just getting out. We saw like 3 or 4 smoke dodges from the Undying side, and Nagasaran could never get true map control. Even though he's 6-slotted, like, it's not a real 6-slot again. It's a Nagasaran 6-slot. He doesn't feel good about it.
Right, well, and I mean, he is, you know, 4,000 gold ahead of the Spectre right now. You can try and push the lanes. It feels like they've kind of regained some of that map control. But the question will be, when Undying do decide to actually take these fights, how do you win them? And it's looking a little bit rough right now for the Zoomers, as the Tornado will go. But Ali, I mean, you've been in plenty of these games as well, I'm sure. Like, things can sometimes go a little bit crazy, right? Like,
for sure.
We've seen wilder things.
Is there a fight here? They're smoking up on Undying. This is a good smoke. They can catch Naga.
Sammy catches them. Do they know they're a 1? Yes, they do. Jump, caught, dead so quickly. Now looking for more. Who are they going to find? Jumping away is Brax. They won't be able to catch him as he TPs out, and so too will Husky. Tagger again went right through in the Burrow Strike in his location. But yeah, man, losing the Naga like that one hurts.
It really does. And I mean, it's not like 4Zoomers don't have options. In games like this, what Nagasara can do is she can split up the map in a way that your teammates can get pickoffs. They do have tools to do that with the Cataclysm, the Axe, and the Snapfire. The reason I'm feeling a bit defeatist about this game is because I think Undying have just done such a good job at playing the map, and they haven't given any of these opportunities. Nagasan's died for 50 with no buyback. You know, he has a leveler. This is going to be 2 or 3 Raxes here.
Game is looking rather rough.
Look at Bra.
Runner is going to just get pulled back in again. BKB popped, trying to back out. Dead on Husky. Now jumping forward. Brax trying to find himself a kill on Dubu, but that 4-staff away keeps him alive. And now Brax in no man's land. Undying doing what they do best. They're going to have to buy back now and try and save him. Will get Brax away for the moment, as there's a heck of a lot of damage onto him. And they will be able to actually keep their second set of racks alive, but that one rack's going down, that one hurts, playing with the Nagasara on your team. Sunstrike? Not enough.
Yeah, so they, instead of killing all the Raxes, Undying sort of chose to dive a little bit, maybe secure the game. Oh, I actually thought they had Viper Shard. Okay, so their play is probably better. And, you know, they forced out the Abaddon buyback. He actually got Furry ulted, and he couldn't press his ulti because, you know, he expects the automatically go off, but you're broken and just one-shot him. Maybe it kills you anyways, because you can't. Never mind. Anyway, so now the problem for Undying is that we saw like 6 Naga illusions like 10 minutes ago hit Tomato, and they did no damage. Who's gonna man fight the Undying heroes?
Uh-oh. Jump in. Gunner, he's the first one caught. Is there any save? Does have buyback though. Trying to play to get vision. The counter initiation from Braxton might be what they're looking for, but Sammy, he's getting gone on. Second round, Tornado completely whiffs. Burrow strike afterwards, the big jump in. Is there anything else left in the tank right here for the Zoomers? They get the call Cataclysm. Is it gonna be enough? They take down Dubu. Now looking for more though. Oh, and they found Gunner. That's a dieback for him. Godlike on Bryle. Sammy gets turned around upon as well. And they're gonna be able to chase him down, kill him in the duration of the Song of the Siren, unless, oh no! All of the butterfly misses. They're still holding on for life. From downtown though, tries to get him. Oh, they jump in front again, Brax. Keeping his core alive. They're hoping for anything, some small semblance of a chance at victory. And Sammy gonna have to regen back up in Fountain as Undying set their sights on to that tier 3 tower. Taking a second set of racks here if they can.
Dire's middle tower.
God, what a hard game for them to deal with right now.
If you look at Invoker as a hero, that hero is picked for 2 spells. I guess 3 spells. It's Cold Snap with the Urn, it's Cataclysm, and it's Alacrity.
Right.
And at the end of the day, like, Naga Siren with this item build is the worst Alacrity user in the game for carries.
You're not wrong as the taunt pulls them in and staying alive yet again. Meanwhile, the winner's curse onto an Axe Illusion, but they got their eyes set on the Burrow afterwards, and then a chance for a kill. Sammy goes down as well. GG. With that.